There we are. Yes. So today we're going to be talking about identifying the trend and then how to take an entry once you know what the trend is. And I'm going to use as simple language as possible so that even a 10-year-old can understand. I like for people to understand what is going on. So I also want you guys to be interactive. So feel free to unmute yourself to ask any questions that may arise. If I ask a question, feel free to unmute and answer. We don't have to be shy, okay? Either you can unmute yourself and answer, or you can type it in the chat. Either one is fine with me, okay? Drop some sevens in the chat. Drop a 777 in the chat if you are going to participate. You guys are tough. Okay, so let me pull up my whiteboard here. You should be able to see my whiteboard. Okay, now you can see it, right? Again, I'm going to ask, drop some 777s if you can see my whiteboard. Oh, okay, here we go. It's Haley. We have some people coming in late. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. I see you out there driving, Miss Haley. What up? Welcome. Oh, before I get started, Bernie, may I make you a co-host so you can help me out? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. All right. So, that's not what I meant to do. Where are you? More co-hosts. Yeah, so you can help me with letting people in as they come. All right, so today we're going to talk about first, what is a trend? And just off bat, does anybody know what's the trend when we're looking at in the market? Okay.
That's the way the market's going?
Right. So there are two different trends. Do you know what they are?
Uptrend and downtrend.
Uptrend and downtrend. Perfect. Hi, Nasty. So first, we will talk about the uptrend, okay? So the uptrend, it's pretty simple, right? We're looking to see price go up. So an uptrend is gonna look like this. Hold on, submit. Uptrend is gonna look like this, right? Now, for anybody who trades, you know that there is never any time when it's just moving smoothly up like that. That would make life really easy. If you're like, oh, it's an uptrend, it's going up, let me just jump right in. No, it's having all kinds of movements, fake outs. So an uptrend is going to look something more like this. It could even come down like this before it keeps going up, right? But it's still going up, but hey, this fools you into thinking it's going down. Right? So basically, when it comes to the uptrend, how you can really spot it since it's not going smoothly is you're going to look for higher lows and higher highs. So we can start here. It can move up, come down, go up, come down, go up. You guys forgive me. It's the best I can do. Right? And so here, this is the start point, right? So we start here. That's the starting point. Then here's a high. Then a higher low. So it never comes back to the start point. So there's a high. The low, it's a higher low because it's now above where you started, right? Then next we will have a higher high, a higher low, and that's how we know that it's an uptrend. So how do we spot an uptrend? Yes, Odigene? Odigeni? You can unmute yourself. I see you raised your hand. You have a question? Oh, here audio isn't even connected. Maybe you're having a little struggle over there. Having a little struggle. All right. Let's go and lower that hand. Mr. Polite, how do you spot an uptrend based on this? You're not able to unmute? Okay, someone else? Shauna? Nobody wants to say anything? Okay. Bernie, how do you?
Higher highs and higher lows.
Okay, thank you. So, guys, higher highs and higher lows. As long as it's continuing going up, that is an uptrend, right? Let's draw some more so we can see. It's going up, it's going up, right? As long as every time it pulls back for the low, it doesn't go below the previous higher high, you know, it can retest at the line, but as long as it doesn't go below. So let's go ahead. Okay, let's go so. Let's go so. Yeah, my daughter is the artist, not me. So, yeah. So that's how it is. Let's see. Princess, welcome. So when we're going up, we can draw some lines and that can help us to identify different areas, different key areas, right? So maybe you want to take a picture of this and then I'm going to get into something else. So I'll give you 5 seconds to take a screenshot. You can see high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Oh my gosh. Low. Low. So that's how you identify the uptrend. Higher highs and higher lows. That's an uptrend. Now, you have to pay attention to where you're going to enter. So let me clear this stuff. My work of art, let me clear it. So now you want to know where you can possibly enter, right? So all right. If you're following so far, drop some 3s in the chat. So I can know that you're understanding what's going on. Okay. Great. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So in an uptrend, you want to buy the ceiling, right? So let me type that out. You buy the ceiling of an uptrend. Buy the ceiling of an uptrend.
Yes.
Good evening. So you're going to buy the ceiling of an uptrend. So what do I mean by the ceiling, right? So the ceiling, another word for that is resistance. So that's the top, right? We know with a house, the ceiling is at the top. So if the starting point was down here, right? This was the starting point. This was the ceiling. Why was it the ceiling? Because it hit the ceiling and it came back down, right? But then it broke through the ceiling. It went straight through the ceiling. So some people may hurry and jump and enter the trade, but no, you don't want to rush and get in as soon as it breaks through that level of resistance or the ceiling. Right? So let me put that, another word for resistance equals, oh no, equal ceiling, right? You don't want to just automatically get in, right? So ceiling, right? So that's the ceiling. You don't want to just get in. You want to wait for it to break out, and then you want a retest. So this area is the retest area. You wait for the retest or the pullback, right? People call it different things. Retest equals pull back. You got to wait for that. You don't just jump in because you'll get a bad entry. You want to get the best entry possible. So it breaks through the ceiling. You wait for the retest. So that's how you buy the ceiling, because you're going to buy where it was the ceiling here. But while it was the ceiling here, in the retest, now you can call it the floor. So the past ceiling is now going to be the present floor. And that's where you buy, right in that area. Let's say X marks the spot, X. That's where you're gonna buy at X, okay? And that's for an uptrend. X equals I. Does anybody have any questions? Does everybody understand quite clearly?
Yeah, that's because we had to wait,
From
right? Like never, like you previously explained, like never get in the first time you see an uptrend. So just wait for the retest.
Yes. You wait for the retest or pullback to get in so that you get a good entry. Because if you get in up here and then it pulls back, this could be your stop loss right here. So imagine you get in up here, it hits your stop loss, and then it goes in the direction that you wanted. You're going to be punching yourself. You know, we don't want any of that. We want everybody to be happy. So you wait on the retest and then you get in. And this is when you have an uptrend. So take a picture of this. I know that I've gone over this before. I'm going to be repeating things in the classes because it's the basics. It's the basics. It's never going to change, right? But once you master it, you can, enter the markets with ease. So we can take a screenshot of this, and now I'm going to do a downtrend, right? Since nobody has any questions.
Hello, I have a question. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Polite.
Hello.
Yes, I
Okay.
can hear you.
Okay, fine. Okay, so, at this point of flow, this X at the point of flow, right?
Uh-huh.
To me, I was told is called support. It's also called support, right?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
It's also called support.
Yes.
Why the up is resistance?
The
Okay, so
resistance,
it's good to enter from support.
the resistance is the ceiling, support is the floor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is the
And
floor.
I'm going to
Okay.
cover that
Okay,
when
no
we talk
problem.
about the downtrend next. But you're absolutely right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And secondly, one more time. Secondly, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. You just made a mention. You just mentioned of two trend. I thought it's three trend. One is consolidation. Is that one not among in forex trading?
We do have
Consolidation trend.
consolidation, but
Uptrend.
we're talking about the uptrend right now.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
there's the
Okay.
uptrend, there's the downtrend, there's consolidation. Another word for consolidation is range, but we're talking about the uptrend.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I'm
No
okay.
problemo, no problemo. All right. Thank you. And keep asking the questions because I'm begging here. Right. So now we've done the uptrend. Now we will talk about the downtrend. So, Mr. Polite, since you are asking questions, I will start with you, right? So, if in the uptrend, we're looking for higher highs and higher lows, and that's how you can identify the uptrend. Do you know how we would identify the downtrend?
Yes. The down low and the down high. The down high and the down low.
So, you mean like lower lows and lower highs?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So, where an uptrend, we saw things going up. Obviously, the downtrend is going to go down. So it's going to be like this, right, guys? That's a perfect line. I should be painting for the museum. Mr. Polite, I know you're an artist. Do you think that I have what it takes to be profitable and make money? No?
It's it's amazing. It's
It's
amazing.
easy.
You're trying, you're trying,
Thank you.
you're trying.
I'm not trying, I'm doing. Okay. So a downtrend is going to be going down, much like this line. But again, guys, it's never going to be perfect just like that. It's going to be like more like this. Oh, wait. Is that a message to me? Like, Alethea, you don't have the chops. All right. Gonna be like this, like that, like this, like that, like this, like that, like this, right? It's gonna be like that, just the same. So with this, starting point is right here. Oh, I'm battling. All right. That's a starting point. So here's the low. And now we have a lower high. We have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And that's how you spot a downtrend, right? Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So you may want to take a picture of this, right? So it's never going to be just a perfect straight line down unless there's some news where things just shooting down and hey, trade at your own risk when you have a news scandal. But typically price is moving, currency. So, it's not going to be just going straight. It's going to be bouncing up and down as it's going up or going down or going sideways, as you mentioned, the consolidating market. So let me go ahead and get rid of this. You guys have a screenshot? Everybody good? Everybody know how to spot a downtrend? I'll take
Yeah.
that as a yes.
Yes.
All right. I'll take that as a yes. Yep. All right. So now let's look at how I'm going to look to enter that. So we're gonna put a line here, and we have a question. How did you enjoy the market last Friday? I did not trade. The first Friday of the month, they have non-farmers report. That is not a good trading day for somebody who doesn't know how to trade. I do know how to trade, but I know my limitations. So I did not trade.
It was crazy. I get some pips off that market.
Okay, good for you guys. All right, why would I be explaining anything when I'm on a Zoom?
You are correct.
I'm correct about what? All right. So, okay. So when you are in a downtrend, you sell the floor, right? Sell the floor on a downtrend. So now we got to see where is the floor, right? The floor is also support, and this is the floor, right? So this was the floor right here. Can I move this over? Oh no, I can't move it over. This is the floor right here. This is the floor. And we know it's the floor because we started here. That's where we started. It hit the floor and then it went back up. Now, some people may jump to get in because it hit the floor. And if you're on YouTube watching some of these videos, you hear buy the floor and sell the ceiling. If you just following that, you will lose your money in an uptrend and you will lose your money in a downtrend because it's not going to go that way. If somebody bought the floor here expecting it to go up, you're in for a rude awakening. It's going to hit your stop loss because it's a trending market and the trend is going downwards, right? So you want to take heed to that. So another word for floor is support, right? So let's put that. Floor equals support, right? You sell the floor. So once it goes here, it's going to break the floor. You see that? It broke through, but you don't just get in there. You wait on the retest or the pullback. So we need the retest, pull back. You're going to wait for that. And when it comes back up here, that's where you enter. You're going to enter right here. Right? You enter here. So the floor becomes the ceiling. Right? So the floor becomes the ceiling, and that is where you are able to enter. Does everybody have that? So it's the reverse, but it's the same thing we're looking for. If you saw that it broke through and you decide that you're right here and you decide, oh yeah, let me get in now. You may get in, it could hit your stop loss when it pulls back. You lose the trade, lose money, and then it goes in the direction that you're looking for it to go. That's clear, Mr. Polite? Is Mr. Polite still here? Oh no, we lost him. Okay. So I'm just an excellent teacher and nobody has any questions. So I guess we can move on to the actual trading view so we can see what things look like. Are we ready to do that then? Yes? Okay, perfect. Wow. And oh, let me say welcome to the call, Finsley. I hope you enjoyed Jamaica. You enjoyed it.
I sure did. I sure did.
All
Thank
right.
you.
You're welcome. All
Okay.
right.
All right.
So, okay. And, let's see. I gotta move this down. Hold on. Okay. So I have my process when I'm going to trade, right? So first thing I do is I check the news. Now, I check the news because I am more of a scalper than anything else. If you're not scalping the market, you may not necessarily need to check the news because you have a longer time for things to go your way. But I use forexfactory.com to check the news. So we see here today is Sunday, February 5th. It is 5:35 p.m. You're going to see what is going on with each currency. So apparently there's a bank holiday in New Zealand. So we have that gray folder. Then at 7 p.m., we have yellow folders on Australian dollar. So I'm no expert where the news is concerned, but what I do know is that the different colors mean that either I'm getting in or I'm staying away. So bank holidays, that doesn't really bother me. I will trade that. Yellow folders, I will trade that. That's low impact expected. Orange folder, that is going to be a medium impact expected. And the red folder, high impact. So if I'm going to be trading, and my favorite time to trade is the London session. If I get up 4 a.m. to trade the London session, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I see a red folder on my GBP currency that I want to trade, I'm going to go back to sleep. Or actually, I'm not going to go back to sleep. I'm going to go watch my videos or read my book, whatever it is I have to do in terms of my personal development. I'll be doing that because I'll be doing that anyway, but I will not be including any trading, right? If it's on GBP. But if it's on Australian dollar, like it is, say it's on the Australian dollar and I'm trading, I will be able to trade. I just know that I'm not gonna trade anything with AUD in it. So at that time of the day, I could trade GBP AUD, but because AUD has a red folder at 4 a.m., I will not trade it, right? Does everybody understand that? I hope you guys are writing that down. So yellow folder, low impact. I have no problem trading it. Orange folder, medium impact. So if I'm going to trade it, I may reduce my risk. Red folder, I'm staying away. So let's talk about what I mean by reducing my risk. Every trade that you enter, you are definitely going to be risking something. Remember, this is investing. So investing involves risk. You cannot expect that you're going to win 100% of your trades. You are going to lose some of your trades, but with proper risk management, you can live to trade another day and you can see growth with your account. So anybody that's new, I advise you to risk 1% of your account. And then if you're not new, but you're really conservative, you don't want to lose too much, you also risk 1%. If you're moderate, you can risk 2%. So you can tolerate a little bit of risk, 2%, right? And if you're an aggressive trader, like you like to go bungee jumping, skydiving, you're that kind of person, you can risk 3% of your account. Anything else is like insane, but you're all in charge of your own accounts. So you do whatever you want. This is just my recommendation. This is what was taught to me. So I'm sharing it with you guys. So 1% if you're conservative, 2% if you're moderate, 3% if you're aggressive. And then you should know what your goal is for the day. So when trading, maybe your goal is to grow your account anywhere between 2 to 5%. But you should also know how much you're willing to lose before you stop trading. Because again, you're not going to win every day. So on the days that you don't have things happen the way you like, when do you quit? If the goal is to grow it 2 to 5%, maybe it should be that if you lose 2 or 3% of your account, you stop trading, right? What do you think? So if you're risking 1% of your account per trade and you're willing to lose 3%, you know that you can take 3 trades and then you can be done with it. But if you risking 2%, you can only lose 1 trade because if you lose 2, that means you lose 4 of your, oh my gosh, you lose 4%. If you lose 2, you lose 4%. Is that clear to everybody? That's very important to understand. I need some kind of acknowledgement that somebody is understanding what I'm saying.
Yes, that makes sense, what you just explained.
Okay. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you.
Oh.
I feel like I'm speaking into the void. All right. So that's the first thing I do. I check the news, and that's gonna tell me what I'm going to trade. Then I'm gonna check currency strength. And remember, I'm a scalper, so that's why I'm going to check these things. Currency strength meter is gonna tell me how strong or how weak the different currencies are at that moment when I'm going to attempt to take scalp. So I go to livecharts.co.uk. You want to refresh the page so you have the most accurate information. So right now, the US dollar is the strongest. The Japanese yen, the Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, they're all really weak. Right? So I always like to go with something really strong with something really weak. So I will look at USD JPY. Then I go to TradingView. And TradingView is a free site. All right. So going back to Finsley's question earlier, this was Friday. This was Friday. So there was news there. So some people made a lot of money. Some people messed themselves up. Right? So this was Friday. Every first Friday of the month, you can expect to see things like this happen. Right? That's what you can expect to see. Let's just drop in, right? So we said we were going to look at USD JPY, right? Now, before I go there, I forgot to mention USD JPY, USD being the strongest. The way I know that it has the most bars, 6 bars here says that it's the strongest. 1 bar, that's the lowest you can go, right? So the more bars, the stronger it is. So when you're looking at the currency pairs, when currency 1 or the base is stronger than currency 2, which is the quote, you're looking for buys. When currency 1 is weaker, has less bars than currency 2, then you're looking for sells. So right now, USD has more bars than JPY that we're going to look for. So somebody please tell me, are we looking for buys with USD JPY or we're looking for sells?
A buy, because USD is stronger.
Exactly. Thank you. All right. So let me ask somebody else. GBP USD, Miss Haley. GBP has 2 bars. USD has 6 bars. Is it a buy or a sell?
repeat that, please?
GBP has 2 bars and the USD has 6 bars. Is that a buy or a sell? So the currency 1 is weaker than currency 2. Is that a buy or a sell?
A buy.
Currency 1 is weaker than currency 2. So when currency 1 is, yeah.
No, I'm driving. Okay, currency 1 is the weaker one is for sell. The stronger one is for buy.
So if GBP USD has GBP, the first one being the weaker one, is a buy or a sell?
GDP is weaker, then that's a sell.
Perfect. Perfect. I need you guys to be able to know that in your sleep. Like if I come and nudge you awake in your sleep, you must be able to automatically do that. Okay. So UJ, USD is the first currency and it's the stronger one. So it's a buy. In GU, GBP is the first currency and it's weaker. So that's a sell. Right. So we're going to look at GU and we're going to look at UJ today. Let's remove this. All right. So I always look on the 15-minute and the hour. All right. So I go to my line chart and what did I say? When it's an uptrend, because it's a buy, right? UJ stronger, it's a buy we're looking for. I buy the ceiling of an uptrend. So I'm going to try and find the ceiling. So I have the line chart. It was going up and it had some resistance here. So I get this. I put this line here. Let's admit. So this was the ceiling, right? You see that, guys? It hit that ceiling or resistance. It went there, it came, it was going like that, trying to go up for a while. And then finally it broke through. Finally it broke through. So that is one ceiling that I've put in. Then I'll go on the hour and look, and we see it came here. I'll just put this, I'll put this line right here, right? That's the ceiling. I've marked it on the 15 minutes and on the hour. So once I have that, I can come back to my candles and we may say that it was consolidating here, but it finally broke through. So I go back to my 5-minute. For me, with, I don't know why this, when was this? This was exactly when the market opened today. It just shot up. It just, I don't know what was going on, but it just shot up.
That's what we had on Friday.
Today is the 5th. This happened at 1700 hours. That's 5 p.m. today. This candle happened. This was not Friday. This was today. That was prior to that. Friday was over here. This was Friday. That was Friday. Over the weekend, it just was, you know, sleeping. And it opened and people were all excited still. So they bought. So now what I would be waiting for is a retest. So we see where it came here. So somebody might think, oh, it came here, it bounced off. If it comes back here, I'll get in. Me personally, I still will be waiting on it to come down here. So I'll set an alert here and I would wait. I want to see that deep pullback to this previous ceiling, which is now going to be the current floor. The past ceiling is going to be the present floor. And that's what I would be waiting on to enter. But keep in mind, guys, that I never trade at 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Okay. I never trade at this time. My time is 4 a.m. All right. And right now it's the Asian session. It just opened. For me, I need time for it to warm up. If I were to trade, I would actually be waiting till around 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. That's my time, 9. We have some people on here in Nigeria, 9. Don't judge me, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So 3 o'clock in the morning for you guys. That's when I would be looking to trade if I was in Nigeria, right? For the Asian market. And with the different markets, you want to trade the pairs that are actually being traded in that time. So that is an uptrend. Let's quickly look at the downtrend before I go. All right. GBP. So we saw, remember, GBP was weaker than the US dollar. So I said down. And what do we see here? But GBP USD is traded more in the London and US session. So we're not going to really see too much movement. I would be looking to come back to this around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'll do the same thing. I go on the 15-minute and I'm going to go on the line chart. And in a downtrend, I sell the floor. So I'm looking for floors. So I get my line. It came down. I will use this floor right here. I will use it. It came down. So I'm going to use this. Do you see why I chose that as the floor and not up here? Here. This is the floor that I'm using. Came down. It came up a little bit. It broke through. It came up, but it can still retest that area. And I go on the hour to look again. Get a line. I see I'm gonna put a line right there. So I would put an alert somewhere in the middle for my retest. And I always look to enter on the 5-minute. So in this area here, that's where I would look. So I want to see it come back up and then I would take a sell. Now, I've gone over this and I've said, okay, that's where I'll be looking for my entries. There's something that you need to understand. When you're taking a trade, there are 3 things that can happen. You can win, you can lose, you can break even if it's binary options. So just for my binary options people out there, right? But for the traditional trading, 2 things can happen. It can do exactly what I said, or it can completely break through and keep going up, because we're just making predictions based on past information, but the market will do whatever it feels like doing. I hope you guys all understand that. And that's why you want to have proper risk management. Nothing is sure. Not a single thing is sure. You have to be aware of that. Have that right mindset, knowing that I'm going to enter this trade, and with all the amazing technical analysis that I'm doing, because I'm marking up the charts, that technical analysis, looking at currency strength and the news, that's fundamental analysis. And then there is sentimental analysis, like, oh, what do I feel? And sentimental analysis, I feel like it's going to come up and it's going to go down. So it's all three that I'm using together. But no matter what you feel, the market's going to do whatever it wants at any moment. So you have proper risk just in case. Next week, I will talk about setting your stop loss, how to do that risk management that I was talking about. I'm going to go into that, how to calculate your lot size. So I hope you will come back for that. It is 5:56. I have a standing appointment at 6 p.m., which I have to get to. So for these last few minutes, does anybody have any questions that I can answer? You know, I'm gonna take it that I'm just so amazing that everything I say, everybody just understands.
My question.
Okay.
You start trading 4 o'clock, for instance. You trade
Mhm.
GBP. Can you trade
Mhm.
GBP against any pair, whether their market open or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, my favorite currency pair is GBP JPY, and the Asian market is closed, but GJ is my favorite.
Okay. I did have another question and trading view. What you call that again? Trading view.
Mhm.
How do you get to the stock? Because I've been looking for the stock and trading view. I see you have a while ago on it. It said live chart. Is that what I got to look for?
So, on trading view here, you see where the currency is GBP USD.
Yeah.
If you click on it, you will see this box pop up and it says all. So it's everything that pops up, or it can be on stocks, futures, forex, crypto, indices. You can use the TradingView website to look at any and everything, right? So
Right.
once it's on all, you don't even have to click here. You can just start typing. So say you want to look at Tesla. I think it's TSLA. Tesla? Yeah, there we go. You see that, you click on it, the chart is going to come up. And it
Right.
look exactly the same. Green
What
candles.
well, not to cut you, but on the stock, where you get the stock where the Japanese only have 2 stock and the the GPB have 6. How do you get to there?
What do you mean by GBP have 6 stock?
Remember when
GBP
you
is
stock,
currency.
remember
GBP is currency. GBP is currency. It's not stock. So I'm a bit
I understand.
confused.
Okay, but okay. So how did you get to the stocks again? Tell me.
I clicked on
Not the stock, this sometime. Remember when you was asking the question of the young lady, which one would she buy? Because this one will only have 2 and that other one have
you're
4.
talking about the currency strength
The
meter.
currency strength, exactly. How do you get to that?
This
Right,
website is
right, right.
livecharts.co. That this website is livecharts.co.uk.
Okay. Okay. So I'm looking in the wrong place for it. Live
Right.
chart.
I will send it to you. I'll send it to
Okay.
you.
Good. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you. That's
Okay.
my question.
You said trading view.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's okay. All right. I'm trying to, you know what? I gotta send it to you later because I really have
Okay.
to run.
Okay, no
So
problem.
say goodbye to everybody out there in YouTube land. Thank you for coming. Subscribe to my channel, please. Like
I hope I
like
was
my video,
YouTube actually.
subscribe, everything like that. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, guys. Thanks. Oh.